If there's one thing that Gravity, Interstellar, and The Martian has taught us, it's this. Don't go to space. If you're a kid and you're dreaming about going to space, don't do it, because you either get lost in space or you will die. So if you're a parent, you should tell little Timmy, say, look, you can't go to space because you'll either get lost and you'll die. You understand that? And I ain't gonna lose you this time again, because I already lost you 4 times already, you little shit. The Martian. The Martian is a new Ridley Scott film. Essentially what it's about is about Matt Damon's character, Mark Watney. He gets stranded on Mars while him and his crew were doing some experiments there. There's a storm and his crew has to leave him because they think he's dead. But then he sends a message to NASA. He's like, look, I'm still alive. You guys gotta come and save me. So now NASA's gotta do everything they can to save Mark Watney while Mark Watney tries his best to survive on Mars. And here's the thing I gotta say. The Martian is an amazing movie. I loved The Martian. I loved it from start to finish. It's an excellent film. It is definitely the best Ridley Scott film in a long time, because Ridley Scott hasn't made a good movie in like 5 years. Because The Martian has a lot of great things going for it. For one, the cinematography is beautiful. If you watch the movie, you're gonna think, wow, did they film this movie on Mars? Because the landscape shots of Mars are beautiful, and whenever Matt Damon's walking around the planet Mars, you're like, whoa, it's like he's actually there. The visual effects were amazing. You're like, wow, they actually filmed in space. And the movie's surprisingly really funny. There were times where I was actually really laughing out loud a lot. The whole theater was just laughing loud, because there were some really genuinely funny moments, especially when the crew are just like smack talking each other. It's some funny stuff in this movie. Also too, the film does a good job of building tension. There are times where you're like, oh my gosh, you feel for Matt Damon's character. You're like, no, 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 don't. Why is this happening? You care for his character so much, to the point where you're like, no, why did this have to happen to him? And the acting is fantastic in this movie. Matt Damon kills it in this movie. There are a lot of times, since he is alone, that you could just see in his eyes and the way he moves that he feels lonely, and the way he was able to encompass that emotion of loneliness was really well done. You really felt for his character. This film has a stacked cast. I mean, you got Jessica Chastain, Kate Mara, Sebastian Stan, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Jeff Daniels, and Kristen Wiig. There's a lot of great actors in this movie, and they all did a phenomenal job, especially Jeff Daniels. What he did with his character was really great, because there were times where you're like, Matt Damon's doing a great job, but then Jeff Daniels is here, is like, no, I'm also going to step my game up too. And the great thing about the movie is that it's 2 hours and 14 minutes. You're never bored. You're entertained throughout the whole movie. As soon as the movie starts, you are in it. The film has great pacing. There was never one point where I was bored. There's never one point where I was like, oh man, this scene should be taken out. Everything flowed perfectly, and at one point in the movie, I had to go to the bathroom. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hold it in, because I'm just so invigorated into the screen, because the movie is just so damn awesome to watch. Now, are there flaws with The Martian? Not necessarily, but the fact is that The Martian is not predictable, but you can kind of guess the ending already, and it's pretty much a feel-good ending, you know? I mean, there's nothing wrong with the ending. I had no problem with it, but it's just you could kind of tell what's going to happen. So that's not really an issue, but something it's like, it's a little nitpick, you know? But overall, The Martian is a fantastic film. I have to keep thinking about this, but for me personally, from what I've seen, I think The Martian is the best movie of the year so far. There's so many great things about it. Matt Damon gives an incredible performance, so does the rest of the actors, and in the last 20 minutes of the film, it's intense as hell. You are grabbing the edge of your seat. My hands were shaking and sweating. You're going to start to bite off your nails, because it's just intense, and you're just so glued to the screen. There's so many great things about The Martian. I've been thinking long, hard about this, and I gotta say, The Martian, I love the movie so much. I'm gonna give The Martian an A+. And also too, you have to see The Martian in theaters. It's a cinematic experience. It is definitely a must-see in the theaters. And trust me, by the end of it, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is a freaking amazing. Hopefully, Ridley Scott with Prometheus 2, hopefully he'll make that a great movie as well, because it's a first step in the great direction. So guys, that's my review for The Martian. What did you guys think of the film? Did you guys like it, or you guys weren't a big fan of it? It's okay. Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, have a nice day.